One right after the other today. And I don't know that anybody will make it to either of them because neither of them are at the right time. So that's okay. Something had to give. This morning I ran into somebody and realized I had totally forgotten a commitment last night. And something else had happened at the school gate this morning and just everything went a bit off kilter. But it's all back in line now. Sometimes the cup overfloweth and then you gotta clean up the mess. Yeah? I had to clean up the mess this morning. But we're good. And we're now in day 3 of Journal Your Christmas. So that'll be happening later today. Right, but these 2 lives that I'm doing today are both very much best of both worlds. And the reason it's going to be 2 is that I'm going to separate it. I'm going to walk through the December kit, which I had really hoped to do earlier in the week, but like I said, there were too many things. So I'm going to do it now. I'm going to walk through the December kit, and then I'll cut that stream and start a new stream to do the first page with the December kit. Just because a lot of people come back later, like the Watch from Tomorrowland, and they find that when they get to the December kit, they need that video where we walk through the kit to be something they can find rather than something they have to search for in a bigger video. So I'm going to do 2 streams today, one to go through the kit, one to scrapbook, and yay, some of you are here anyway! Oh, you lovely people. Right, so first thing we're going to do is go through the kit, Friday Live times 2, that's right. And look, I've got fairy lights behind me. I think it's going to get more Christmassy behind me, but I got a little bit. And our tree comes tomorrow. All exciting things. Right, shall we look at the kit? Oh, let me do my speech before I head down to that because going through the kit, I suppose, definitely falls under this. So, hi. My name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime a scrapbook on the internet is considered advertising, and legally I have to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my #advertising, and if you ever have any questions about how any of it works, just let me know while we're on this subject. So today's the first live of a month, which means a new kit went live. It's the January 2022, what is that about, Best of Both Worlds kit. And if you look in the description box below, you'll find some important links. You will find the link to the December kit contents. So it's a list of all the things that are in the December kit. And then I'm going to walk through it. You could build it by shopping, or you can build it by picking things from your stash that are similar, okay? Or you can click the link that will take you to the next kit, which is already a shopping list. So that's what I'm going to be using next month, and it's available now. And that has an affiliate link in the description too. Now, one thing to be very careful about with the January kit, as you go down the list, you'll notice there are 3 different Distress Oxide inks. They all fall under the category that I would call light purple. Yes? I wouldn't necessarily call them all lavender. One's definitely lavender. The other 2 I would definitely say are more purple than lavender. But anyway, you just need one of the 3. You do not need all 3. One of them has been in a previous kit. So please check what you have in your own ink inventory before you order, and then just pick from those 3, you pick one. And here's my train of thought so that you know where we're going with this. I really wanted to use the new Villainous Potion purple, aka Haunted Mansion purple. And that's what I wanted to use, but there weren't papers around for curating a January kit that would have that color intensity. Everything was a bit more muted. So I'm really, really hoping that by February, we'll have more of those papers in the shop. And then I'll add Villainous Potion. Well, I want to be able to fade the purples. So we're going to do light purple, which goes beautifully with the kit this month, the January's kit. And then hopefully February, we can do that bright purple, and we'll mix the 2 together, and it will be, yes, scrapbooker's kiss. Okay. Right. Thank you for so many who've already ordered their January kit. Let's have a look at the December kit. Oh, the other thing that you'll find linked in the description box below is the set of two Christmas classes that I teach. It's not too late to join. You can join anytime. One is all about Christmas scrapbooking, and one is not scrapbooky. It's about Christmas photography and videos and a bit of writing too. So if you're big into like wanting to share Christmas on Instagram, that would be the class for you. It's called Share Your Christmas, and the Scrapbooking one is called Journal Your Christmas. They're both available. You can sign up anytime. Right, let's do this. Other camera. Here we go. So here is what is in the December kit for Best of Both Worlds. And last year, I just made one giant list and said it would work for Journal Your Christmas and for Best of Both Worlds. And it turned out that was really confusing because a lot of people don't do both. They'd either do the 12 by 12 or they do the smaller format. So this year I put it into two lists. So this is all stuff that I'll do in 12 by 12. So I'm going to look at the papers first and then we'll go through the embellishments. Okay. I love this paper so much that I almost accidentally put it in next month's kit too. And then I realized and went, no, you've got that already in this month's kit. Take that out. So take it out. There we go. So this is Vicky's Fernwood collection. This one's called Burst Forth. I love this A-side. I love that it's not a Christmas paper, but it has red and green in it. So we're going to make it Christmassy. The B-side's beautiful, but this is what I'm here for. That's going to stay 12 by 12, and I'm using it like that. Done deal. So if you don't have this one, look for a Starburst paper that you do have. If you don't have any Starburst papers, then think about building from your scraps a Starburst design. And although I'm not going to do that here right this second, if you don't, if that kind of does your head in mathematically or geometrically, there's a tutorial on my blog for how to make a Starburst, or you could just go on Pinterest or Google and say how to make Starburst from paper, and then do it with your scraps and have it ready, and you'll be good. Yeah? Right. Okay. Then this one, also from Fernwood, called Wonderful Things. Beautiful text on this side, which includes Stay Curious, which I love. But I found this felt very like alpine ski wear. Am I the only one seeing this? So I think I'm going to use this side, at least a big chunk of it, if not the whole sheet like this. But it felt very icy mountains to me. And for some reason, it really does feel like a clothing print to me. Like, I just feel like this is emblazoned across the chest of somebody's sweater. There we go. And if you don't have this particular paper, look for something that does have a geometric type design. And you could even swap in just a plain old chevron. And you'd be okay, too. Just a zigzag. Yeah? See if you've got an aqua or a blue or a green zigzag. I think you'd be okay. Patchwork. Literally called what it is. Yeah. So we've got hexagons. I had to count for a minute because that's the point where my brain is, where I went, hold on, how many sides does that have? Okay, hexagons. Hexagons for you Northern Americans. Hexagons. I think it's far more fun to say as hexagon. I don't know why. It's easier to learn how to spell it if it's hexagon, though, I guess. If you didn't have this one, this is another one you could make from your scraps. You could get super labor intensive and even do the stitching, because there's little stitch lines on all of these. But I'm okay with also not doing the stitching, because that's very labor intensive. Depends on what kind of scrapper you are and how much time you have this month. I don't know about you, but December, I don't know that I have time to add the stitching just for fun. Yeah. You might have a day that's very quiet and it feels like stitching hexagons is exactly what you need. Actually, that sounds an absolute joy. So there you go. Either way, could do it with scraps. I think I'm going to use part of both sides of this because this is also just a joyous Christmassy B-side. And I know you're like, Shimelle, that's not Christmassy, it's just green. But it's Christmassy to me because I need some things that don't have like motifs. I just need texture and color, and that's what that is. So if you want to make a patchwork, awesome, and if you want to find a green B-side kind of thing to put in your kit. Could be any small pattern, just a single green tone on tone. Now we get into Pink Fresh, and their Christmas collection is called Holiday Magic. You know, I love that. So we got this one that we can cut apart into tickets to all the cool Christmas stuff. Because, you know, we're all going to all the cool Christmas stuff this year, right? We all want to. Maybe some of us want to. Maybe some of us are quite happy to just stay at home again. But anyway, yes, I'm going to cut this apart. This side could also be really nice for stamping little phrases and things into the boxes. But I'll probably just use what's left over. Like this will be my primary usage, and that would be secondary. A side, B side. If you don't have this, do you have a ticket paper of any kind? If not, don't worry. Do you have a label punch? Go through your scraps and punch a bunch of labels that will match the other papers that you put in your homemade kit. That could work. Or do you have a die cut pack that's going to match the other stuff? Because I'm essentially going to use those as die cuts. Yeah? You can do it. Now we get into some things that aren't just making them from scraps. So you're going to need some patterns to work with. Yes? And we got Merry and Bright here. Just lovely little Christmassy motifs all over and a bit of text in there. So if you don't have this particular Christmas print, sub a Christmas print that's multicolored that you like. I will say, so this collection, here are your colors, because oh my goodness, I did it the other day and it's joyous. This is your color scheme. Spun Sugar, Festive Berries, Tumble Glass is just gorgeous with these. And then if you want to start adding in the greens, you can add in the greens as well. I can add in Rustic Wilderness. Yeah, and the one that I pulled out for the kit, I'm getting ahead of myself here though, is Mowed Lawn and Festive Berries. So you might have had them before, but basically I was just saying you need a red and you need a green. But if by any chance you're into this collection and you've got that set of inks, you will put them together and then you'll be like, yay, this was just meant to be. Or that could be me being overly enthusiastic. Yeah, who knows? Okay. So you need a multicolored Christmas pattern. This one's got a nice neutral, just gray and white check on the back. I'm going to primarily use that A side, but if I end up with little bits left over and that's the perfect thing for a mat or a tucky, then perfect. Nice and easy to match with everything. This one's called Feeling Festive, same collection, and it's, it's kind of a take on mistletoe, do we think? I mean, it looks Christmassy, but it doesn't look like a specific Christmas plant, right? Is there a plant that has berries, all these colors? Red, 2 tones of pink, 2 tones of yellow, and leaves like this? I mean, it's not holly. And it's not mistletoe, because mistletoe has white berries, right? But it still feels very Christmassy. And if this is a plant somewhere that is Christmassy and I just don't know about it, please tell me. I would love to learn something new today. Every day's a learning day. But here, this is awesome for a background. Yes, we love a diagonal stripe that sets a color scheme. Yes, please. So if there's any chance that you've got some sort of botanical print, a leafy print, a floral print that matches what you've got pulled out, and a diagonal stripe, these might be 2 different papers for you if you're building it from your own stash, but that would be cool. Diagonal stripe is lovely and crisp. And then this one. I'm really looking forward to this being a really special layout. It's not going to be today's page. I do feel like this is going to be something special. When I saw it in the store and I was like, that's a paper that's not super easy to use, but if you think about it, it's going to be gorgeous. And that one. So there's going to be 2 layouts this month where it's like really making use of a full 12 by 12 background that's a bit special. The Vicky Starburst and this one. So I don't even care what's on the B side. What's on the B side? Oh, blue check. Cool. We might end up cutting this part out, so we might have something there. But anyway, we'll see. The other idea that I might do, let's decide. And you can discuss this in the comments. Which do you think would be the better idea? So you could, if we wanted to hollow this out, you could take scissors, very patiently detail cut this. If I go with that option, I'm most definitely not doing it live. I will do that in preparation and bring it to the live cut out. That's option 1. Hello, Kelly. And hello, everybody. Sorry, I've just straight through Bowl in a China shop today and haven't even said hellos. But hello, Kelly. Hello, everybody else, too. And Orangina. And Sarah. And Fatima. And Fatima, sorry. And Sarah. And Rosemary. And Zeffie and Cornelia. And Susan. And Laura and Mel. And Siri. Okay. I've said hello to a bunch of you. Now, I don't feel so bad. So option 1 would be to detail cut it with scissors. Option 2, if you are really good friends with your cutting machine. Do we all understand that phrase? Really good friends. Because if it goes wrong, you've ruined the piece of paper, right? And that would be sad. I don't tend to ruin things with scissors. Sometimes ruin things with machines. But you could do the whole scan and cut, pick scan, whatever it's called on your particular system, where you scan the page and then you say, I want to cut this out, and you send it through the machine. Yeah? So you could do either of those. I have a feeling I'll do it with scissors because I will chicken out of using a machine. But I'm just saying, if you really get along with your machine and you never have days where you're like, what is this thing playing at? That doesn't exist in your world, then go ahead and use the machine because it'll save you a lot of time. But I think I'm going to do it with scissors. Anyway, don't do it yet. I still have a little more thinking to do. Yeah. Oh, Orangina says scan and cut, can scan and store the page, and then you cut it out of something else first. I think all of the versions could do that, and I didn't even think of that as an option. Zeffie, I'm right there with you. She has the pick scan mat. She's had it for 4 years. She's never used it. Maybe we need to do it, Zeffie. We make a deal. By the end of 2021, we need to use our pick scan mats. Laura wants to know if anybody has that good a friendship with their machine. I don't know. Right, moving on. So, if you're going to replace this from something with your stash, see if you've got something with a circular pattern. I had one in little by little. It's not Christmassy, but you can still make it work. I did I did a round pattern in Little by Little. There's also a bunch of round patterns in Starshine, but I don't think they'd work for what I'm thinking here. But the one in Little by Little would. It was like a pink background with a rainbow circle around it. That could work if you've got that hanging around. Okay. Great paper. Busy sidewalks. Yes. Cut apart. I loved this so much that then I bought a second one for myself, and I'm not even sure why, but I did. And I think I'll use it to put on gifts and stuff because it's pretty. But this one's going on my 12 by 12 pages. So the B side, it's not one where you get the same tag on the other side with journaling lines, but you would get lines. It's a very subtle line. So you could definitely use these as journaling tags and write on the back because you'll have the design on the front and it'll be tag shaped because you're cutting it out. And then you'll have lines on the back. Yes? Okay. Keep in mind, anything that says to from that you're not using as a to from tag, you can just put something over that. Don't let that freak you out. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3 say to from, but you can just add other stuff. It's fine. So yeah, if you're replacing this, you need to cut apart, preferably one that tags, but it could just be normal 3x4s too. Melinda says, is the pick scan mat 12 by 12? My pick scan mat is 12 by 12. Yeah. I'm sure it is. Not that I've used it, but I'm sure it is. Right. Moving on. Still same collection. Nice green plaid here for some depth. Like nice matting color, yeah. This one is Cozy Christmas. And then this lovely black and white, tiny bit distressed, not a lot distressed, just soft. Little foliage print. Nice. I like crepe paper's little detailed black and whites. Now, then there's two papers here that if you looked at the A side, you'd be like, Shimelle, what are you playing at? I mean, this one's a rainbow, so you would just be like, oh, she put a rainbow in because she's Shimelle. And this one you'd be like, what? They're not even normal teacups. They're teacup rides with faces. They're the teacups from the teacup ride with faces. I mean, A, what is not to love about that? If you're still here and you don't love this, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we get along. But honestly, both of these I put in for the B side, not the A side. You're okay. It's a red heart print and a pink heart print. Yes, look how it's going to go with those pink fresh papers. Yes, and I've just shown you the next one in the stack, which goes as well. Yeah? See, there's method to my teacupness. Is okay. Right. Anyway, so you can replace these with any brand of pink and red little, like a small repeating pattern. I love hearts because I like to put hearts on everything. We all know the story of the day that I had a page published about pedicures with hearts on it, and people were like, what? But I just put hearts on things that make me happy. I enjoyed getting that pedicure with my friends. It's fun. Then this one, which I'm going to use today. Let It Shine by Lawn Fawn, Snowflake Edition. And it has silver foil, metallic, metallic snowflakes. Snowflakes is the word I'm looking for. Steffi's just put the dimensions of the cutout area of the pick scan. It is smaller than 12 by 12. But it would work with the wreath because you're doing the middle. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Zeffy. You're ahead of me. The other side is not foiled. Has a little kind of snowish print. But guess what I'm going to use with this? This color is called Frozen. And here's what I'm going to scrapbook with it today. I left these on just in case Claire comes and wants the satisfaction of me snapping them off in the live. Can you tell who we are? Can you tell who we are? So they've done the light tunnel up with snowflakes all over the ground, and they're all in frozen colors. And so the tunnel is Elsa, and I'm Anna, and he's Olaf. Yeah. So that's what I'm scrapbooking the second live. If you don't have this one, have you got anything that's a snowflake print? Or if you don't do snowflakes because you've let it go and you're not doing snowflakes. In that case, have you got something this color that could just be any other pattern? It doesn't need to be snowflakes if you don't scrapbook snowflakes. Yeah? But even though it's not snowing, I'm still going to use snowflakes because, yeah. Then, a little bit of Vicky Warm Wishes. The stripy one, which is totally sold out at scrapbook.com and they can't get any more. I don't think there is any more in the warehouse. So if, like in the American Crafts warehouse, because usually if it had sold out at scrapbook.com entirely, if it says like discontinued and sold out, that usually means it can't get any more. Don't quote me. That's what it usually means. So if you don't have this and you really like this and you find it somewhere else, then grab it because I don't think it'll be in any shops for very long. But that's Warm Wishes, Holly Jolly. Just lovely little stripe there. Nice, very usable B-side with typed text of all different Christmas words. Hello, Claire. Claire is here. Well, I saved the strips on those photos for you. Hello, Casey. And Elaine. Sorry, I'm not good at saying hello today. I'll try and get better. Right. Ornaments. This one's called Deck the Halls. Lovely texture on this. Lovely, gorgeous B-side too. Yeah? So you could replace those two with a stripe that goes with the colors that you've put in your Christmassy kit. A text print if you've got one. Or some other sort of nice neutral that you could cut into little pieces and it would still look nice. And you need another Christmas print, preferably something big. Or you could make ornaments. If you've got a set of like nested circle dies and some Christmas scraps, you're good to go, right? You could just do it that way. And maybe a red to finish out your paper. Okay? So if you're building that from home. Right. Almost done with this one. That's all the paper. The other stuff is red and green ink. So I put on the list Festive Fairies and Mowed Lawn, but you can use any red and green that you like. Got a stencil set. 3 stencils this month because they came in as sets. So you get this one that's snowy. You get this one that's like geometric snowflake, stained glass kind of look. And one with evergreen boughs. Nice. So that's from Warm Wishes. Then we've got little layering stickers with some gold foil. That's the Pink Fresh Holiday Magic. Look at that gold. is gorgeous. We've got both silver and gold foil this month, and that is 100% on purpose because it is Christmas and we're going to have more sparkle. Oh, yes. You can't have too much sparkle at Christmas. My glittery eyeshadow went all, I'll show you. My glittery eyeshadow went all over the top this morning. It's the same glittery eyeshadow that I use all the time. But for some reason, it just decided to be like, hello! And it just went everywhere. And I was like, oh, well, it's Christmas. Let's have some more sparkle. So, there we go. Right, then, title options. I did not put an alpha in this month. Now, if you want to use an alpha from what you've got already, you can totally stash dive. And I will probably borrow some red letter stickers at some point to finish up a title because I tend to like to mix the styles. So I might have some words from this plus some normal letter stickers. But I didn't feel like there was enough here that we would need to justify a third item for titles. Because here's what we've got. We've got this set of stickers from Vicky, which has all different handwritten words, and so she fills up all the extra space, which I have much appreciation for, and I know that she has to convince people to do that. So thank you, Vicky, for sticking it out, filling up the whole sheet. I will take the chaos with more stickers over nice, clean design. Like, more minimal. No, I'm not here for the minimal. Bring it like this. And then the other title element is this, which is the Holiday Magic title ephemera. It's all phrases. So that can be both accents and titles, just depending on how you use them. Because like this is tiny. Oh, that's all one parts. Sorry. I saw for a second I thought those were two different die cuts. So, but there are some pieces in here like this one. You can see that's tiny. I wouldn't use that as my title. But that's big enough to be my title. That's big enough. That's big enough. Yeah. So I'll have some as accents, some as titles. Last thing that's hanging out in here, enamel dots. Yeah. So if you don't have these last few things and you want to sub what you've got in your stash, that would be some sort of Christmassy or wintry stencil to go with your inks. Some labels of some sort for tucking in. Could be punches, could be stickers, could be die cuts. Yes. Then some elements that you can title stuff with. Might be stickers, might be die cuts, might just be skipping these two and putting in a sheet of letter stickers. You could do that too. And some enamel dots of what other color you love. Okay? So that is the kit for all this month. Yeah? So any questions about this? If not, I'm going to pause briefly. We're going to set up the new live stream and then I will make the layout with this kit and these two photos. Just going to be my first page with this kit, first 12 by 12 of the month. And there we go. Any questions about this one before we go? And it'll be 5 minutes in between. It won't be more. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not allowing anybody to come in and remind me of anything else I may have forgotten in the rest of life. Yeah, I'll just drink a bit of coffee and set up the stream again. All right. So, any questions? No, I don't think so. All right. So thank you so much for having a look at the kit. And if you come back to work with this kit later, like in the future, in Tomorrowland, and then do please say hello. It would be lovely to know that you were here. If you enjoyed this kit and you're ready to scrap with it, give it a thumbs up. That would be great. And if you're new here and you want to subscribe so that you see all the videos that come with this kit, that would be awesome too. What? Yes, those things all are wonderful. So I'm going to be live again in just like 5 minutes. So if you watch this from the future, there'll already be another video after it on the playlist that will have everything for this month. Because all of the kit videos are organized into little playlists on my channel so you can get your kit going and then you can follow it all the way through and make a big stack of layouts whatever time and pace you want to do it. Okay? Right. Those of you who are here live, I'll see you in just a minute. Peace out.